There's a lot of weaselly words used in quite a lot of marketing around things, and very often a business will say, we've offset all of our emissions by planting trees, and that means we're net zero. And even when you do get to talking about good initiatives like the Better Cotton Initiative, there's only a small proportion sometimes of cotton in that whole total shipment. It may not be much more than 25% at best. So you think you're buying a better cotton garment, then you have no idea how much better cotton's gone into that. So it's greenwashing of the worst kind. One of the disappointing things about COP26 was just a few days before, Science-Based Targets Initiative launched the world's first ever net zero standard. So the Greenhouse Gas Protocol sets out how you account for different sources, different scopes of emissions, and they go into great detail in that, and they're developing updated sectoral decarbonisation pathways for different sectors. All brilliant stuff. So the SBTi have now come out with a new net zero standard to say how you set those targets and how you reduce your emissions. And there's a 5 to 10 year short-term strategy that you have to sign up to, which looks at the low-hanging fruit. How can you really fairly immediately reduce your scope 1, 2 and 3 emissions? And it's scope 1, 2 and 3. It's not just the first two. And when you've got to grips with that, you have to also set longer-term targets with things that are more difficult but that you can work towards, so that you can start to factor in as part of your strategy how you switch moving to different materials, how you work differently with your suppliers, how you replace equipment that you might need to, how you can start to invest in different energy systems, and at what point you're going to get there. So that's your longer term stuff. And ultimately there may be things that you really can't do differently. And for example, one of our clients is one of the world's centres of excellence for health research and health and well-being. And they have to do a lot of travelling. There is no way they're ever going to be able to reduce at least a third of the travelling they do overseas, internationally. So whilst they're waiting for the aviation sector to decarbonise, they may get to a point in their net zero trajectory where they have residual emissions from business travel they really can't do anything about. So they can look at credible ways of offsetting that and achieving carbon removal. So as part of the new net zero global standard, carbon removals do come in, but they only come in towards the end of your emissions journey. You cannot do that up front. You can only do it longer term and down the line as we get much closer to net zero. So it's about credible carbon removals as part of the net zero global standard. And if big listed companies on the stock exchange were to lead the way and sign up to the new global net zero standard, that would be absolutely fabulous, because it would be pushed out down their supply chains. The ripple effect would start to spread and build momentum, and that would be absolutely brilliant.